Dear students, Udaan is an opportunity given to you by New Horizon to give wings to your dreams, to make your vision come true. India needs job providers, not job seekers. Here at Udaan, we will give you all the support to make sure that your dreams, your ideas, your visions becomes reality. Dear students, please remember, nothing is impossible to achieve. You can achieve everything. Only you need to work for it. You need to work hard for it. There is nothing impossible to achieve. The leaders never give up. The leaders lead in front. New Horizon will give you ample opportunities, support to make sure that you become the leader in your chosen field and your vision come true. Just don't give up. We are with you always. All the best to you, and may Udaan gives you wings to take your dream into higher skies.
Before we begin, we request you all to kindly maintain decorum and please keep your phones on silent. Thank you.
Udaan, give wings to your ideas. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. I'm Lakshmi, today's host, and this is Srinidhi, the co-host for today's event.
A pleasant morning to one and all present here. A warm welcome to all the students, teaching and non-teaching staff. I would also like to welcome our Honorable Chairman Dr. Mohan Magnani in their absentia. A heartful welcome to our respected Principal Dr. R. Bodhisatwan, HOD of all the department, Ms. Prasanna Prakash, HOD of BCom, Dr. Nagaraju Kilari, HOD of BCA, and Mr. Arun, HOD of BBA. I would also like to extend my welcome to our chief guest, Mr. Puneet Raj, and our special guest, Ms. Kirtana Ganapati, our alumnus entrepreneur. Now, let us begin this extraordinary event with an invocation song. Mahaganapatim Manasa Smarami Mahaganapatim Manasa Smarami Vashishta Vamadevati Vandita Mahaganapatim Mahadeva Sudam Mahadeva Sudam Guru Guhanutam Mahadeva Sudam Guru Guhanutam Marakote Prakasham Shantam Mahakaryagatagadi Priya Mahakavya Natakadi Priya Mushika Vahana Modaga Priya Mahaganapatim Manasa Smarami Mahaganapatim Manasa Smarami Mahaganapatim Manasa Smarami. Thank you. Thank you, Vaishnavi.
Light is a symbol of brightness and prosperity as light expels the darkness. To make this day a blessed one, I invoke Goddess Saraswati by kindling the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. We cordially invite Honorable Chief Guest, Principal, Alumnus Entrepreneur, HODs and the ED Coordinator to light the lamp and make the event more auspicious. Thank you. कि तोड़ना है हर पिंजरा, मेरी उड़ान अभी बाकी है, मंजिल जमीन पर नहीं, आसमान अभी बाकी है. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Entrepreneurship has emerged as an interesting subject amongst young students to learn in India. So, who is an entrepreneur? A person who sets up a business on taking financial risks in the hope of profit. But they are so much more than that. They are the real risk takers and motivated to bring a change. Are you wondering if you can be one? The answer is yes. As the saying goes, nothing is impossible. All you need is a little bit of courage, aim, ideas and support. And our New Horizon College is ready to be your support and be the wings to your ideas.
Udaan, give wings to your dreams. Udaan is the vision of our Honorable Chairman Dr. Mohan Magnani for all the students of New Horizon to make them independent and self-reliant in all senses. Udaan also signifies support to the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, the self-reliant Indian campaign, which is the vision of New India envisaged by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. He has announced Jan 16th as the National Startup Day. He has asked startups to follow the mantra, let us innovate for India, innovate from India. 5 years ago, there were less than 500 startups in India. Today, there are close to 60,000 startups in the country.
Udaan is a belief that youth are passionate, thoughtful, committed and full of innovative ideas. Proper mentorship and guidance will help to give life to every idea and can be converted into useful business resource. Our Honorable Chairman, who is a visionary, educationist, philanthropist and a great entrepreneur who has led New Horizon Educational Institution to the path of success. His vision of producing unicorns from New Horizon College has ignited the passion among all of us to start the journey of entrepreneurship and make it happen. Udaan is one of the offshoots of this dream. Wings to Udaan through the detailing on planning and implementation is done by two able leaders, Ms. Sargam Magnani and Ms. Kirti Magnani. Special thanks to both of them for leading us from the front. New Horizon College has produced more than 100 startups and many of our alumni have become great entrepreneurs and creating waves in the industry. To mention a few, My Dream Garden, Marmato, Open My Book, the Satellite Company.
Today is a great day. It begins the creation of new startups from New Horizon campus. I assure you, this journey would be interesting. You will get to meet founders, co-founders and investors, meeting mentors, but most of all, a great learning. You participate, you learn, you create and build your startup idea and big seed funding waits for you. The areas you can show your innovation are sustainable development, technology and well-being of society. The application form will be sent after the event. I request you all to kindly grab this opportunity and make it a grand success. The dates will be as follows. The launching event will be on 1st February 2022, followed by registration and submission of ideas, which will be on 16th April. Shortlisting ideas and assigning mentors will be on the 28th of April. Presenting MVP pre-finals will be on the 23rd and 24th of June. Pitching will be on 14th of July and the finals will be on 22nd of July.
Puneet Raj is the founder, CEO of Seminar Room. Puneet Raj is the founder, CEO of Seminar Room, an edtech startup which works as a bridge between academics and industry. He has got more than 12 years of academic experience and 6 years of corporate experience working as a market analyst in JP Morgan Chase India and Cambridge Solutions London. He is pursuing his PhD under the domain of management. He is passionate about building young entrepreneurs for our country. Now I request Principal Sir to hand over the bouquet to Chief Guest and welcome him. Now I request Honorable Chief Guest to kindly address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Especially last bench. Good morning. Namaste. At the outset, let me thank management of Horizon College for inviting me, and special thanks to faculty leader, principal, Dr. Satyabodhin sir, who is dynamic, energetic. I've heard his name from last 10, 12 years because I come from a university where I was working where he was working before, and all my ex-bosses were his juniors or his colleagues. Thanks a lot, sir, and thanks a lot for all the faculties for inviting and my dear students. I'm not prepared anything to give a talk, but last 2-3 years, but I'm prepared to give a talk. When I say this, why I'm not prepared today to give a talk is, entrepreneurship is not about preparation. Entrepreneurship is all about experiencing. It's learning by doing. I was just stating to sir in the principal room that there is no age for entrepreneurship. Even 60 or a 20, you have the same experience to come and speak on platform. It's not that you get entrepreneurship or a business idea just by sitting in a classroom or reading some book or doing research. Because a rejection in front of an investor, humiliation in front of a buyers, and failing to go to market and not having the paycheck on your first or a fifth, and your family asking you, what are you doing? Entrepreneurship is about emotions. When I say this, guys, last 2 years, I struggled to come here. I have crossed 3 levels of funding. First round funding, when I got seed funding, I didn't know what my product was. I'm not clear about what is I'm doing. What I was doing. I was in academics for more than a decade. In 17, I thought, let me go and help colleges, academicians and students, which I was heading the department, which I was facing a problem there. I need to go and help. 19, I quit. I had only a month, or I kept mutual funds, I invested in mutual funds. 1 year or 1.5 year balance I had kept because I had kept my EMI very low. That was only on my housing rent. That is where for 1 year I had a savings, but COVID hit. No business, nothing. Even this month, last 1 month, I couldn't go and meet any college principal because of Omicron. Same thing happened with the COVID. So 1.5 year. And Shrija ma'am, I delayed sending, Shrija ma'am? Ma'am, I delayed sending profile because my mother is a cancer patient. She had a breast cancer, she's in a 4th stage, and I had to take care of expenses. With this, I have to succeed. I was fortunate enough, I got a right mentor. After 6 months or 1 year of struggle, the hustle, I met the mentor. In fact, I know that mentor a year before. But when I went and met in 19 December, I met him. I shared his idea, what I wanted to do. He didn't show that interest. For a year, I just, okay, fine, I came out. See, as an academician, we carry 2 things. I was an academician. Now I'm an entrepreneur, come academician. We are so shy to ask help as an academician. And second is about we carry ego as well. Don't mind when I say ego. Please take it very positively. When I say ego, that it is built over years. When students start coming and wishing you good morning, sir. And when you're walking, student getting up, automatically the ego is built in some way. The academician stopped me going and asking people's help. And I was very shy in asking people. Now I don't care in asking people. I just go and ask help from people. Please help me. Why I'm telling the story because in December 2019 when I met him, I just shared this idea, but I didn't actually pursue it with him. I didn't went back to the same VC that this idea how am I going to pursue. Wherein after 6 or 8 months, that's where I was struggling. I was doing so many things. I started in the name of EPOC, Education Industry Platform of Collaboration. I was doing something successfully. Unfortunately, through my connect, I could go and get some 3-4 colleges who took my services. I was doing various things. I was doing everything from orientation to placement. Even colleges were confused. What is my idea? They gave space. They listened to me because they know me. Because I am from academics, the space. Because academicians may another academics they respect. The great thing in academics is this: they always respect another academician in business. Sorry, in academic. Same with business as well. Luckily, because of those connect, I was there in 2-3 colleges. But 2020 December, after 1 year, my mentor told me one thing. He himself followed up with me. Punit, what are you doing? Come and meet me. Luckily, I went to him and I pitched the entire epoch idea. He asked, Punit, yakri one varsha munchene barlila neevu? Could have come 1 year before, right? You wasted 1 year, Punit. I said, sir, I didn't know you were interested. He asked me one thing. Did you follow up with me? I said, no. Then why are you waiting for me to contact you? Sir, I said, sir, I wanted to show some results. I want to show some results in my startup company. It was not a startup, that was only some private limited company. I want to show some results, some revenue, and I want to come. He said to me one important thing, my friends. Please keep this for every startup entrepreneurs or the future entrepreneurs. He said, Puneet, startup investment is on hope, not on results. Startup investments are not on results. All this valuation is a perceived valuation. Today, if you ask me, my valuation, anybody interested in my company's valuation today?
Yes, sir.
Yes? I'll tell you, 19 to 20 to 21, I did it in the name of Epoch. Last March, I got funded for a 2 years, 3 months. I didn't have any revenue, nothing to take home. It was in the second wave. That's where I started working with my investor. Today, we are in the verge of closing A series funding from 2 venture capital firms. We are valued at $8 million and I hold 70%. But still now ಅಮ್ಮಂಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಶಾರ್ಕ್ ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬಂದಮೇಲೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ couple of weeks my brother-in-law called me and asked, Puneet, the startup ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೇನಾ? Because they started watching Shark Tank. This is startup. They were no one in my family understood what I was doing except my wife who supported me. So what did I do? What all mistakes I did it 1 year, 1.5 year? Why I struggled for 2 years, which you should not do it. I wanted to go with the result, so we went to create a website. I invested almost 2.5 lakh for that website, which my investor told me, threw it off later when I met him. One thing I understood, my friends, to start your business, to acquire any business, you don't need to have anything except you and your idea. Second, you don't need to have any capital or money to start your business. Will you agree with me? Yes. Because seminar room is started with zero capital. Epoch I struggled. But seminar room is started with zero capital. Investors have invested in my company and today the company is valued that with only with my expertise, my connect, my idea, my conversion into that of idea. It is not capital. I have invested zero money in the company where seminar room is started, which we valued at $8 to $10 million. So money is not required. It's you. So no need to have your website as well. We wanted to create a great website. No one is using. Why you want website? First, go and acquire the customers. Correct? So go and acquire the customers. Go with an idea. Go to market. Go and check, is your product is in MVP. What is that MVP?
Most valuable.
Minimum viable product. Does your product is purchased? Is there any users? Is there any buyers for your product? Go and check that in the market. What happened with seminar room was, the MVP was last year, 2020, we did a Diksharam orientation program wherein 5 colleges bought that online orientation program, induction program, which was organized by Epoch, my previous company. That was MVP for my investor, that 2,000 students attended my session. That shows there's a traction, there's a need of bringing industry experts to college to orient them. The idea of seminar room is, let me come to my company, what we do. Are you interested?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Am I boring?
No, sir.
You can say yes as well. I'm an entrepreneur, I don't feel bad about it. Yeah. So, seminar room does only 2 things. Wherein Epoch was doing 10 different things. Okay? Please get this lesson carefully, my friends. Why Epoch didn't get investment? How seminar room got investment? These 2 lessons. In Epoch, I was doing orientation. Orientation के बाद internship. Internship के साथ live project. Live project के बाद placements. Placements के लिए pre-placement training. Sorry, that I want to go and change the world. You can't think that way. I said, nahi hai business. You cannot go and change the world with your idea. Go with one simple, specific idea. So coming back to that simple, specific idea is, my friend, there is a lack. I was in academics. As an HOD, it was mandatory for me to organize guest sessions the way I'm speaking today. It was mandatory for me to invite industry experts to colleges. Wherein I was heading the complete Eugene PG program at Jainagar Jain University campus for management programs. I was supposed to organize at least 60 sessions. The 60 sessions was so difficult to organize. Forget the 60. You know how much of effort they put it to organize these sessions? They have put at least 10 hours to 10 to 12 hours. Shrija ma'am has followed up with me at least 10 to 15 times to get that profile done. Even inviting here. I agreeing to come here. Yesterday we had at least 2-3 discussions because of change of time. And after this, for example, making his report, oh my God, whole lot of work is there, coordination is there. With all these things, getting a right expert is one more challenge. And the third thing important is that, for example, I had invited an expert to give a talk on supply chain management. Supply chain, in academics, they call it as so-called, it's a boring subject. Students also feel it's very boring, yeah. What is there in the turn? But after one of supply chain expert came and gave a talk, 10 students walked into him and asked, "Sir, I want to take a mentorship in supply chain." Then they took our help and got connected with an expert. They made career out of it. Today they're earning at least 25-30 lakh rupees salary in supply chain. Because last 5 years, e-commerce supply chain was a great boom. This is what industry expert does. This is where I felt, kuch to karna hi hai. What is that? Let's go and inspire students why they should study this subject. You're a commerce student? Yes. Marketing management, I go back. If some marketing management, for example, why digital marketing should be learned? Kirtana, right? Kirtana gives a talk how she could see that idea and she could start a business. Today she's a freelancer, she has his own company and she's doing multiple businesses to so many people. And there are a lot many opportunities with digital marketing in the next 10-15 years. Digital marketing is going to create at least the $1 billion market opportunity on the employment point of view. When she comes and speaks on a platform, you get inspired, right? From SEO, search engine optimization, to creating a poster on a Canva, Figma, and posting on LinkedIn. The most difficult task for me is content writing. Very difficult to write that creative content. So that is where the opportunity is. When she comes and talks about it, the way you see the digital marketing subject itself changes. Isn't it? Yes, this is where I wanted to bring C-suite professionals of the world to inspire students why they should study what they study, along with helping academic institution with poster to report generation. Very simple idea. Today I am in 80 plus institution across Karnataka. I have said entire daily group of institution, and one of the famous academician in Bangalore is invested in my company, and he is pumping my little more money to increase my valuation because I have self-interest in my company. So coming back to what was Epoch to what is seminar room, he started with only simple idea. I pitched the same idea to IIM professor. He laughed at me. 2019, IIM professor, he laughed at me. Sorry to say this, even if it is ego, I'll tell me this. He called me once as a chief guest to give a talk in his recent organization. He has joined as a director in a college. He has rejected my idea. He said, "Yes, lecture, Puneet. Isme kya idea hai yaar? What? Hey, do something better. I'll tell you what to do." But I perceived with this. I had a conviction, the tenacity in me that I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do it. That is where you need mentors. Okay, right mentors. Guys, 2 mentors make difference in your life. One is academic mentors. Because academic mentors are always unbiased. I'm not telling because they're there. I'm not exaggerating. They're unbiased. Okay. The 2, I think for their children, they might be biased. Their own children. For student, at least they're not biased. They always look at, see that, how really it helps you. And the second thing, guys, get a right mentors for business to start. If you have a right mentor, you're already 50% successful. However, don't desperate enough to go and start startups. My suggestion, don't be desperate. I want to go and do something. No, you cannot do that way. That's where most of the startups fail because of they want kuch to karna hi hai startup world mein. See, there is a lot of attraction in startup world today. Especially Shark Tank coming. Sony mein. People are watching Shark Tank. Now, this next 10 years mein, you will be celebrity as an entrepreneur. You'll be celebrity, you like it or not. Just because you want to be celebrity, don't fall into trap. My suggestion to you to start a company is to start at college. How do you start? Okay, all those great companies, from example Facebook to great companies, their idea was started as a project in college. A project will make you a great idea, gets you a great idea. Let me give an example. there is a girl called Alina. There is a girl called Alina. She is a founder and CEO of a company called Mitti Cafe. Please check once. I invited her to my college to give a talk. And she inspired me to become an entrepreneur. Wherein she took up this project when she was in second year of her UG. She is from Adim Premji University. Wherein she was asked to do a project in NGO. Shall I walk and talk? Yeah. So, in fact, it was asked to her to do a project in NGO. Wherein, when she started doing a NGO project, one thing she understood is that there is something they need to do it with the disabled people. That is where she started a company called Mitti Cafe. What she does is, she hires only disabled people for her company. It was a cafe. She struggled. She pitched this in NSRCL IIM Bangalore. She was rejected. Then she went to Hupli Deshpande Foundation. They gave a small space to start her cafe. It was full of rats, unhygienic, dirty. She started working there. That is where she started training these disabled people. And she could give job to so many employees. If you go to Mitti Cafe and see the photos of their employees. Some of the employees, some of them, they couldn't even hold the plates properly to go and serve. So much, the handicapped people. Wherein she could train them for 2 years, 2 months, 3 months, until they hold the plate and serve coffees. All organic drinks with disabled people serving you. She told one story. It really touched me, in fact. There was one girl, she reached to her for employment. She couldn't lift her hand, both the hands. It was paralyzed. It was paralyzed because her husband has tortured her for a dowry. I'll connect her, sir. You should call her once. She's a big lady today. She's been invested by top firms, and she could give job. What she does, that employee, that lady, she sits there. She had a nice smile. She smiles and only receives a token money. By looking at her, people will 100 rupees. If the coffee or a tea, if it is 10 rupees, they'll give 10 rupees and go. Today, Mitti Cafe is there. Naran Murthy gave the space to her in Infosys. 20-year-old girl, Alina, today she's Mitti Cafe, and she has 100 different cafeterias in top companies, top MNCs. And she's just 20 to 23-year-old. Charit is one of my inspirations. Just now I was speaking, half an hour before I was speaking to him. He was connecting me to some of the US investors. Charit Kashyap, he was the CEO of a company called Selvitate. He's my good friend. Charit, in the final year, he's a student from Vijaya College, not from IIM. So final year project, what he did is the project, he went and he presented the way sir is doing, organizing various, 14-year pitch deck, something I could follow it. So you have series of presentation on the startups, right? On the project, they invited one person who was connected with IIMB. After listening to this idea, they said to him, why didn't you pitch this in NSRCL IIMB? This Charit, this 20-year-old boy, in 15-16, he went to NSRCL. He could get that seed funding at NSRCL that IBM invested to him. Recently, he has sold his company for 25 crores. In 3 to 4 years, my friend, he has made money more than any great IIM jobs pay him. He had a high equity. He got in just 4 years his revenue he's from very modest family, lower middle class family. He could get 12 to 15 crores in just matter of 4 to 5 years. Once again, please note my friends, I'm not selling greed here to you to go and make money. Chanakya says, war is fought on strategy. War is fought on strategy, but war is built on wealth. So it's important to go and create this wealth. So if India to be a top country, if India to be Vishwaguru, there is a need of dearth of entrepreneurs to create this. Already India is in the 3rd position. India will be in the top 2. In last 1 year alone, India created out of 83 unicorns in India. In 2021 alone, we have got 40 unicorns in this country. What does unicorn mean? Exactly. The valuation which is more than $1 billion, around 7,500 crores, that is called as unicorn. So India, in year alone, we got 40. We are anticipating another 20, 30 at least in this year. And the investments are pumping into India. That's especially for youngsters like you. There is a great opportunity. Go with an idea, get that POC done, convert that into MVP, that minimum viable product, go to market, check, struggle. I'm telling you, your life will change drastically or dramatically from a student to become entrepreneur. Your vision will be 10 years ahead than what are you thinking today, because when you go to market, you will experience that what is required for the industry. Second, talking to mentors can bring you at least 10 years of experience in a matter of a minute, can change your life. I'll end my talk with one quote. I'll just take 5 minutes Q&A. This amantram aksharam nasti nasti mona manoshadam ayogya purusho nasti yojaka satra durlabaha. Every aksharas can be mantras. Every leaves can be medicines. Every person is so useful. What we lack is enablers. What we lack is entrepreneurs. There is a huge depth, a huge requirement for entrepreneurs. We are there. I work with various VC team. I can definitely help you. Your idea is good. You can reach out to me. I'll open it for a 5 minutes Q&A, please.
Sir,
Yeah.
how do you find these mentors, sir? Because I've been trying to, but none of the people around me have mentors, so they don't know how to get mentors.
Very good. How to find mentors? Any answer? LinkedIn. Very good. Second? Facebook नहीं मिलेगा. Facebook, Instagram में all fake IDs का एक लड़की का प्रोफाइल मिलेगा. No. LinkedIn is right answer, but not everybody in LinkedIn will respond to you just because you send a message. One, I'll help you. Okay. Second, networking. Wherever there is entrepreneurship summit, you bunk classes and go there. Please don't mind, faculties, please. Google karo. There's a lot of entrepreneurship summit. Every day it's happening. Especially it's happening. I am network. Go and ask them, sir, I'm interested in your talk. I really liked it. Could you share your card with me? Send him a message, sir, this is XYZ. I'm from Horizon College. I met you at this summit. Can I meet you?
Are they open to meet you?
Yes, they do. The more higher ups they are really modest. And they love to, unless you have a fair idea and you're genuine, they'll invest time with you. One more suggestion to you guys. You can take it as an advice. Never fake your behavior with faculties. But just for sake of attendance, just for sake of internal marks, it becomes an attitude. Even mentors can also find this. You can easily identify because they have seen the world much higher as a bird view. So your genuine concern, genuinity of your idea or your interest, passion, they respect. Yeah, they do. The only matter is about 1 minute you'll have time. For example, you should learn how to negotiate to people in 1 minute. Given a chance, Modi invites you. He'll give 1 minute. What is that you'll ask? 1 minute. You should be prepared for it. That 1 minute, if you lose it, in a lifetime you lose it.
It's like that 1 minute which makes most of the impact.
There is one video, okay, not video, it's a course in masterclass. Rich Gross do it on a negotiation. He is a psychologist. He used to negotiate with the hijackers. And he used to have only 1 minute, 2 minutes to discuss and convince them to surrender. And he is most successful called Rich Gross. negotiation skills. You will see that. Okay, you learn some negotiation.
Can you like repeat that?
Rich Gross. Rich Gross, yeah. He's very good at, I'll send you the details. I'll send it to sir, you can take it from him. Or you can, I'll share my number with you. Yeah. Yes, please. Good question. Another thing, ask faculties, they'll connect. Definitely, go and ask sir. Sir has a great connect. It helps. Have you asked anytime? Not right. Okay. At least after this you do it. Yeah, next, quickly. And I have to hand over the mic to Kirtana.
When will you go to Shark Tank, sir?
Very good question. If you ask me, yes, but mine is not D2C. The two reasons they go to Shark Tank. Okay, one to raise money, which I'm already doing it. Much higher than that. If they will invest only matter of crore or two, right? I'm already raising 10 crores, $1.2 million. For a 10 or 15% I'm raising, which Shark Tanks cannot invest on it. Second, they go to brand their product. Mine is not B2C, not to students directly. Mine is through colleges. Mine is more of B2B. So B2B, even to brand, no need of Shark Tank, right? I will not go.
So since like everybody's so inspired by Shark Tank, they come up with all these ideas. But most of them are like, or it doesn't like, it doesn't materialize or it's not practical. So how do you differentiate your idea? If it's like a logical one which makes money, which gets you investors in it, or like is it just like a big idea?
Can we take Q&A with Kirtana? Sir, I should not take that.
It's fine, right? Ask
No, I think I'll give space for that. So let us give a talk, then we both take Q&A. Yeah. Please give. Thank you.
Our special guest for today, Ms. Kirtana Ganapati, the founder of Brand Compass, a boutique social media agency that aims to help small business and homegrown brands grow in the digital spectrum. Initially, she started working as a wedding planner to understand her strengths lie in business development, marketing, and project management. Later, she went to take the design thinking approach to grow her own company that now has consulted over 50 brands in the last 2 years. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us today. Now, I request the principal to kindly give the bouquet to welcome her. Ma'am, I would like to call you up on stage. Please address the gathering.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank everyone over here for having me back. It's been 4 years since I graduated, and it's really nice to be on this side of things rather than that side of things. And it's very refreshing, to see that whatever we did, me and my batchmates did 4 years back is going strong. The same thing is growing. The foundation was set a while back, and it's very refreshing to see that it's been 4 years and so much has progressed since then. Thank you everyone for having me over here. It is an honor if I were to say the least. It was a very inspiring talk by Puneet sir. There's no matching that. There's immense years of experience that has gone into figuring out a journey for yourself. My journey is a little bit different. One, because much younger. Two, because it's been only 2 years, right? So my journey is very different but similar in so many ways. One is that Brand Compass was started without any capital, right? It was started with an idea. It was started with a purpose to solve a problem, and I think that is the biggest key in entrepreneurship, right? You identify a problem, you're driven enough to solve that, and from then on, it is your own unique journey. Speaking of Shark Tank, when people ask me when will you be funded, when are you going to appear on Shark Tank, like my answer to them is never, right? It is not my journey, and that's what makes you as an entrepreneur so unique. You do not have to embark on the same path. You do not have to sort of be similar to what other people are doing. You find your way to distinguish yourself, and for me it is that 3 of my clients were on Shark Tank, right? With the brands that I've worked with, 3 of them were on Shark Tank for different reasons, of course. Not all of them wanted to get funding, like you mentioned. But yeah, 3 of them were on Shark Tank and getting shortlisted among 60,000 applicants. It's no joke, right? So for me, that is the gratifying experience. For the entrepreneur, being on Shark Tank is the gratifying experience, right? So what I just want to say is that it is your own journey. You find your purpose, and you create your own path, right? And yeah, I just want to keep it very short, very relatable. And when I was, when Shrija ma'am asked me that you have to come and give a talk, I was like, okay, this hasn't happened before. I'm usually the MC at these events, so I'm not going to come and give a talk. But yeah, I just want to keep it super casual, very relatable. And of course, we'll take questions at the end. But design thinking is something that helped me so much, right? It basically means to take a step back, so it pushes you forward by 5 steps. Whatever I did as president of the student club in college, right? It is what laid the foundation for me. So from then on, it was always taking a step back, recognizing where the gaps are, and then working towards it, right? And if there's one thing that, you guys have this platform, which is great, make use of it, like exploit any chance that you get. And the one thing that it has taught me is to juggle multiple things at once, right? Being efficient in the classroom, pursuing your passions on the side, trying to grow your own team, managing, interns, managing a team, right? If you have this opportunity over here within this hall, I think Chanakya Seminar Hall is that one place that gave me the opportunity and the confidence to be able to do what I am today, right? Whatever I'm doing today. So yeah, 3 things, right? Discover, connect, and play is how I would sort of map my journey into entrepreneurship. Discover a problem and discover why you're attached to it, right? What I find a problem, you might not find as a problem. So discover, immerse yourself in multiple things to discover what you're driven towards, to discover what the problem that exists. Connect, collaborate. It is the only thing. Networking is the only thing that is really going to everyone has an idea, but to really push it through, you need the connections, you need collaborations. Like I always say, working in digital media, for me, it is collaboration over competition. There are at least 100 Instagram pages similar to one account that I manage, but the way we've learned works is by collaborating and not by competing. So discover, connect, and lastly is play, right? I know being an entrepreneur, you would imagine like the hustle culture is the only way forward. But guys, it really isn't, right? You have to make sure that you balance work and play. You balance what you like to achieve with what you like to do, right? Balance it with your purpose, your passion, and all of it. So just like, if there were 3 keywords to sum up my last 2 years, would really be to discover, connect, play, and lastly is to evolve, right? So during COVID, everyone always said, you're into digital marketing, right? So first wave, your business should be booming. I was like, it wasn't the case, because the businesses we, would service to, they didn't have the marketing budgets, the extra cash flow to spend on our retainers, and which is when we evolved, right? So from hiring people, which was our plan, we were going to hire like 4 people before COVID. Instead, we changed our entire business model and we ran for 2 years only through interns and freelancers. Why? Because businesses didn't have the marketing budgets and students were sitting at home and were bored out of their mind, right? So we connected the two, and which 2 years later, I can finally say that, we found our footing. we're a well-oiled machine now only because we've discovered new ways, we've collaborated with, interns, students, freelancers, and we've set a process that I can say is only successful now, right? That has evolved so much in the last 2 years, and obviously will continue to do so. So yeah, I mean there isn't much. I would say, like, you embark on your journey, deviate a little bit. Immerse yourself in multiple things, because this is one thing that you're going to have to do. Once you commit to it, you're going to have to, do it for a really, really long time. And unless you find purpose and unless you find a passion towards it, it's not going to work. And yeah, it's so refreshing to see that, you guys have opportunities like this straight out of college, which really cuts your, difficulties in half, I would say. Yeah, so, I mean, if you have, like you asked, where do you find these mentors? It is in places like these, right? It is opportunities like these that you make most use of. And as entrepreneurs, we're always open to have a conversation. So you want to ask us questions now, or if you want to speak to us after the session, I'm always open to have a conversation with all of you guys. Yep, thank you. And yeah, we'd like to take questions. We'll probably take it together. So if anyone has any questions, you please feel free to ask. Yep.
Should I take the mic?
Yeah, sure. I think we can all hear you.
Yeah, cool. Like, since our paths are almost intervened, since you already studied in New Horizon, what are the action steps that you took so that after 4 years or 5 years you're over there?
Okay, so I shouldn't be saying this, but I had attendance percentage of 20-30% in class. That is my action step that I took. I made use of every opportunity that I had, right? If there's if there are 1,000 people in the block, there are only a handful of you guys sitting here. That is you making use of an opportunity. So just make use of every opportunity. Really put your feet in every small thing that you can do, right? For example, we used to have this event called crisis management. It used to be one of my favorite events, right? The first year of college, I was part of the team. You were presented a crisis, a PR crisis, and you had to it's a panel of judges, and you have to fight with them to stand your ground. And today, just last week when the Shark Tank episode released, obviously Sony Liv blew it out of proportion, took out the most dramatic bits, and there was a huge backlash on media, right? With the company I was working with the company I am working for, and I'm telling the team, we're on a call, and I'm telling them, oh my god, this is exactly what I did in college, except for in college it was within this room, and now it's in the real world. So there's so much that you can learn over here. So yeah, just make use of every opportunity over here.
When you were getting started, what were the things that you were learning, or if you go to YouTube and search and stuff, what would you what were you learning about when you were getting started?
I was learning about how to spend your day and be happy about it, honestly speaking, right? I only did digital marketing, and I only took up courses like that much later, after I found the problem. But it was more for me, my journey was more of a gratifying journey to make, to design your life in a certain way that is fulfilling for you, you're helping somebody else. That was my main aim in life, right? So I wasn't listening to podcasts, motivating podcasts entirely. I wasn't doing 7 courses a week on Udemy. It wasn't that for me. It was a very personal journey. But I would say, since you're asking me this question, it obviously comes from a place where you have something at the back of your mind, right? So really, find the small things in a day that will help you, even if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, right? To dedicate that time of your day to design how you'd like to spend your days, 3 years down the line. Yeah.
The place at which I got incubated, it's an university. Except me, all the students who got incubated. The 10 companies which got incubated, 9 are students' companies. What my VC has told very clearly is that to have at least 70 to 80% of attendance. For a reason is that once you're an entrepreneur or will start learning this journey, you would actually go back and learn how to apply much better. Right? It really make you to see the subjects much more clear, with more clarity, why I should learn this subject. It's not just to score marks, there's something to learn. So working with entrepreneurship will not take you out of class, rather make you attend classes. Right? So why then, how should work? How my venture studio works is, students go to college, they'll come back 3 or 4 o'clock, they work from 4 to 1 a.m. You can Google it, my friends. A company called Frizzle. The 4 entrepreneurs, right? Anand, Vanya, Abhishek, and Rishik. All four are the PS University students, and they attend college, and they have 70 to 80% attendance, and they're building one of the, for sure it will be one of the top company. It forecasts weather within 100 meters as well, not just a city. Exactly, it helps event management, sports, XYZ. They're built amazing. These are electronic and communication guys. They're built. The second company, which is built, there's so many companies. I'm just naming few. You can please, when I order names, I'm telling, please Google it because you get some ideas. Okay. Second company called Fond. What Fond does is that she's a pet parent. So whenever she comes to college, she was not able to feed that. She had 2 dogs or 2 cats, and she's unable to feed them. So this idea, she thought, okay, how do I automate this to feed this cat and dogs at the right time, the right food? Only when A goes there, it should open that. How do I? Second, she could not monitor the health of these pets. So that is where she said, okay, I'll build the machine or the belt, which could actually get them a BP, or how is it healthy, or when does get fever, all this thing. Fond is working like this. There's one more student called Abhishek, was working on the analytics front. So many things happening with them, but one thing is condition is that you should go back. But I was interacting with them. In fact, last week they had a podcast with Pebble. I'll share this video, you should listen to them. Or I would like to connect with you guys if you want to interact with them. So what is that? They'll make them go back to college and start applying much better than what they were before. It is not outside of academics. It will really add value when you get into this. Ideas will make you, because now when you start seeing the subject, right? This subject mein idea hai kya? E-commerce. When you start attending e-commerce platform, okay, Flipkart hai. If Flipkart is there, Flipkart should be solving all the problems. Supply chain. How does India Bus? Celebrate ka CEO I told, no? Sorry, I'm taking a lot of more time. Charit Kashyap has sold his company and joined India Bus. Check what is India Bus is doing. It is absolutely pure supply chain B2B business. And you know what? He's just 25, 26. He closed deals with $100 million, $200 million. Not less than that. He's just 26. Well, I got the negotiation example because we were discussing 2 days before. He asked me, Puneet, is there any course which I would learn negotiation? I just suggested him. So, coming back to your specific answer, is that it helps. Okay. The second question was related to Kirtana, so I'll not answer that question because she answered.
I have last one question, sir.
Yeah.
Since like you told mentors are so important, like suppose I have an idea related to food, okay, like how do I find a mentor who's already in the food market?
Just check what's happening with CFTRI. How could Mustafa ID could crack it? Okay, ID, right? You know, right? So now I think they recently raised $500 million, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So just go to CFTRI Bangalore. Sorry, Mysore. If you want to do something in food, right? Just see what's happening with innovation and happening there with food technology. Just discuss with them and come back and start seeing that what is the problem with people are facing today. One, and connect with food tech entrepreneurs and the investors. I will connect if you want.
Sure, I would love that, sir.
Yeah, sure. If you have an idea, I'll connect.
So for what kind of person is internship?
Internship?
Yeah, for what kind of person?
Very good question. You want to answer? Shall I answer that? Okay. Which course you are from? Which? BCom. Okay. See, for a BCom, if you're asking generic or specific to you. Specific to you?
Yeah.
Okay. See, internship. See, a student now startups look at for an internship, as Kirtana said. They look at interns. Even I look at a lot of interns to hire to my company. The major interns which I look at is about digital marketing interns who write really good content. I cannot write it. I'm very poor at writing, because we write academic content, not creative writing. I want, because students are very good at content writing. One. Second, there is a lot of automation is happening today. So if you ask me, if you know Excel, you were actually getting a job at startups 5 years before, but now you don't get. You need to look out for a KPMG and if you're good at Excel, then you should target an internship at a corporate. To work in startups for internship, specifically you need to know some of the tech knowledge, right? If you ask me, how do I as a commerce student know tech knowledge? There's something called no coding. Okay, just try to understand, because in the future, my friends, is all about tech and digital marketing, right? Even commerce students can learn tech. It's not difficult to learn tech, but it's not mandatory you should learn tech. But know that what's happening with tech. Try to see what's happening with machine learning, artificial intelligence. Try to see, how do I analyze the data? As a commerce student now, I get the data. How do I analyze? Beautiful analysis can fetch you a very good internship at an analytics company. Okay? Start looking at how do I apply this. Because accounting, for example, this is a commerce student I'm telling, accounting will not remain debit and credit in the coming days. I'm an accounting faculty, I love debit credit, and I'm very good at this subject. But it's will not remain debit and credit, because, for example, we are partnered with Zoho. Zoho offers their Zoho books certification program. They themselves come and train on our platform. Zoho employees will come and train. Now, in the future, Zoho, there will be no desktop application like Tally. All are moving towards cloud accounting. Wonderful. What's your name? Gautam. Wonderful, Gautam. It's all moving towards cloud accounting. Then you start looking at, how do I look at cloud accounting and CRM softwares? How do I apply CRM? How do I automate? Get into click up and see that how can I make process management, project management much simpler. In my company, we have it was almost 8 to 10 employees time resource been automated on Zoho CRM and Freshworks and ClickUp. Right? So try to see. So my suggestion to you, once again coming back to you, guys. If I ask me which are companies, I said I want you to answer last benches. I'm telling you, you will regret after 5 years. 10 years, I'm telling you, you'll regret. Those who are asking questions, those who don't ask questions, I'm telling you guys, you will get a job, data entry jobs. And you cannot grow, right? Please come friend, ask question, enjoy enough. But you know what? Today's students are moving towards more beyond enjoyment. They know where to enjoy, when not to enjoy. At least in a classroom, please. At the last benches, guys. Okay. 2 things I said. One is CRM softwares. Second, cloud accounting. Learn cloud accounting. Second one, CRM. Sorry.
So when you're talking about internships, right, and when just relating to what I did, being an entrepreneur, and I'm assuming all of you here are budding entrepreneurs, which is why you're sitting in this room to begin with, right? You need to know a little bit of everything, right? Like we were just having this chat when we were on top. First few years, you have to do everything. You have to do your own legal. You have to do your own marketing. You have to be your own PR person, your own HR manager, your own accountant, right? So now is the chance where you can actually dip your feet in terms of internships. Obviously, you can't take up jobs because that doesn't, you would think that doesn't look great on your CV, right? But with internships, you can learn a little bit of everything. You can score these internships at companies which are very versatile, which are very dynamic. So you're learning, even if you're there for 3 months, you learn so much more than just what you went to do, right? So don't be hesitant about taking internships at any time. It doesn't matter if it's not what you think you want to do, because as an entrepreneur, you need to learn everything. Just all fields. From BBA, I've learned accounting, yes, but it's not until I did my own firm's accounts that, it actually clicked in my brain. So don't be afraid to take up any internships that come your way.
Work with people like Kirtana. Seriously. That's where you can learn. See, corporates, if you go to Big 4, right, they'll only make you enter this, get this done, update, data entry. You have a great campus, but what you learn is entrepreneurs like this. Because every day, even we don't know what to do in the morning.
And I think even with internships, a lot of companies hire interns to get difficult work done for, not paying too much. The way we look at internships is really the whole knowledge exchange, learning ideas from you, teaching you process management, all of that stuff. So yeah, if any of you are looking for internships in marketing, please reach out to me.
How many of you drafted a mail to your faculty?
For
For whatever reason. You sent a mail?
ma'am, like since you like talked about marketing and that you're into marketing, what are the actual things that you're looking for in an intern?
When I hire for an intern, basically, so I do social media marketing. When we started Brand Compass, we did digital marketing, the entire funnel. Talking about SEO, you're talking about keywords, you're talking about email marketing, content creation. We did everything. It was only after 1.5 to 2 years that we found our niche, and which is in content, right? In the digital marketing world, there is one person better than you for anything that you try to do. So it's very important to find your niche and stick to it, right? So right now, we specialize in content creation for homegrown brands. So when I'm looking for interns, it's a social media internship, it's a project management internship, business development internships, and these are the 3 fields that we're hiring for. But even, marketing, advertisement, design, content, it just covers the entire umbrella, yeah.
Like, I've been told that you have to be very good at one specific thing. But like you told, I'm like just taking all these different things like SEOs, marketing, communication, like that's also...
Yeah, so now's your time to experiment, right? Now's your time to discover, and then you find a connect with one thing, and then you pursue that.
My question is, how do you find your niche, like you did your company?
It took me 4 years from college to find it, right? So it's just a process. Trust the process, keep doing multiple things, and then one of it will click. And then, you'll wake up one day, or you'll wake up 5 days in a row and say, okay, maybe this is what, I'm meant to do. Yeah. So, yeah, just...
As she said, initially you have to do everything. So you should know at least little basic knowledge about, try to everything. So if you want to become startup entrepreneur, you should know how to register your company. Is it an LLP or a private limited company, OPC or a sole proprietor? Where do I register? Let me share this experience. When I registered my first company, I did a lot of research. So I took 3 months to even decide which company I should do it, right? So I contacted so many CS, they charged me 25,000 for a private limited company. They said LLP karo, OPC karo, until do it as a sole proprietor. But I was very clear, I want to raise funds, right? So for that, I want to go with a private limited company. Then I searched, in Vakil search, I got my company registered at only 5,500 rupees. So you can register a company at only 5,500 rupees, right? GST, you can file your own GST. I did it, my company. Until you have 20 lakh rupees, no need of registering for GST. However, I registered for my own reason. I filed my own GST. For a Zoho legal agreement, right? It was 8 to 10 pages. I went to various B2B market platform enablers license agreement. I went to Coursera, I went to EDX, I went to various agreements. Out reading it, I copied little bit, but I made my own content. Then I gave it to legal expert. I want it like this. So initially, you have to do everything the way she said: SEO, digital marketing. If you ask me, by this time, you should have learned Canva or Figma.
Yeah, I'm aware of Canva.
Yeah, very good, very good. Of course, she knows better than me of Canva, Figma because they are digital marketers, right? So you should learn Canva and Figma. Design is not only for designers in the future. So you have to design your poster, right? So I asked ma'am, could you share the poster? Because it's a brand for me. Entrepreneurship is all about branding yourself. So you have to design your own poster. You should know how to design your poster as well. Yeah.
It's also all about personal branding.
Entrepreneurship is all about personal branding. Exactly. I'll go and post I gave a talk here.
Sir, and also you told you're not good at content writing.
Yeah.
And I think I'm good at it. So
Very good. Please reach out to me.
let's go. I'm ready to do for both.
Yeah, please come. Please reach out to me. Yeah. I need. Yes, guys. Any questions on last benches? You're the future of the country. You know what? Just to share 1 minute. Okay, India was actually importing $8 billion semiconductor microchips in 2014. Okay, and I say future for this country, guys. You're blessed to be getting ready for the career at 20, 21, 22, 23. You're blessed because in 1819-20, India exported the semiconductor chip under PLI scheme, okay, wherein it's an incentive scheme which is given to the companies like Samsung, Wistron, sorry, wherein now India will be exporting at least $120 billion microchips to the world, and the next all manufacturing of mobiles, the next to China is in India. China will produce India will produce their own mobile in the next coming 4-5 years. That is how India is growing. India is a global hub, not just startup hub, on the manufacturing hub. A lot of opportunities. Please don't waste your time watching Facebook, be in a Facebook or Instagram. Every day, invest half an hour on interacting with these guys. You can reach out to us as well. Get into some of the courses like Udemy or what happening across different startup world. Get some skills, the way you ask question. No questions at the last benches? Enough? Any questions for faculties, if you don't mind? I just want to take faculty. I just want to tell this and close it. We need entrepreneurs from faculty. There's a lot of opportunities available. So I have an idea how we can work with faculties as well as a venture studios, because it's important to enable faculties and connect with industry knowledge. And we work as an venture studios. I'm happy to. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. That was really informative and motivating. Now, I request our leader and motivator, our respected principal, Dr. R. Bodhisattwan, to address the gathering.
Good afternoon, guys. I don't know how many of you were interested in coming for today's session, because I personally don't appreciate and like if you are forced yourself. You wanted to continue, you said only, otherwise the door is right there. Why do you think that all of us are spending this much time out here? I generally don't come in for a workshop or any kind of a presentation by anyone once we invite people from outside. But I had sat through. You need to respect that. You don't have to respect us, you need to respect yourself first. When there's somebody who's been called in, just imagine that you had to be in the place. There's nothing wrong in so many questions, which was, what's your name, man?
Lekhan, sir.
Sorry?
Lekhan.
Lekhan. There's so many brilliant questions which have been put forward. He is representative of you. Please don't take this particular session so easy. I tell you, this is a brilliant platform. This is a wonderful platform. The first flagship of New Horizon College. Kirtana did not have this opportunity. Probably she would have had, a multi-million company by now if this opportunity was shown across. This is the latest initiation which is taken up by our management, our honorable chairman, and all your questions are here now. I don't know what to call this day as. It was brilliant having these two people out here. If you had really had a perfect track of things or what they have shared, it's a real, I should say, it's a real spectacle. It's very practical. This is what is going to happen. The fastest growing country today, India is the fastest growing country. Today morning, I was not able to sit across for the budget session, but I was able to pick up a few, attributes to Indian economy. That's the reason why this particular platform is open for you. If you had come here with a dream, it reminds, when I talk about dreams, Abdul Kalam used to say that, dreams are not the ones which you dream while you're sleeping. A real dream should not allow you to sleep. So business is all about dream. You just got to have this acumen in you. You can dream of anything. Today I am going to disclose a secret. I'm an entrepreneur. You know, who are my motivators? I was telling Mr. Puneet and Kirtana today. No investment, zero investment. My motivator was a pushcart vendor. My house is situated in a place where there's only one single street with 10 houses this side and 10 houses that side, and that's a dead end. I'll keep it very short. It's very important. And one early morning, Sunday, when I used to sit with my newspaper in my balcony with a cup of coffee, then I find this guy coming, and I was reading something, some article with a lot of interest, and suddenly he cries. In the sense, he shouts. That's how they sell, no? The moment he shouted out that he's present in that state, that disturbed me. I started looking up at him. Everything was inbuilt in him, though he's just an 8th standard dropout. Everything was built in him. Because early morning he takes the push cart with 5,000 rupees, goes to the market, procures the material, arranges in the push cart and identifies his market. He knows his customers, he knows his consumers. He comes out there and he knows what is the business that he is going to churn out or turn out in that given point of time in that particular street. And he knows his potential customer. So he is the best marketing manager. He knows how to manage his finance. 5,000 rupees. At 5,000 rupees, by the end of the day, I was sharing it with him. By the end of the day, he goes back with 6,500. Look at the percentage of profit that he is turning out. Alright? It just knocked my head to ask me, you teach business to students, but why can't you be a businessman? That's where I started becoming a businessman. It is all networking, as they were more insisting on networking. Alright? Think. Sit down and think. Abraham Lincoln once said, if he was asked to cut down a tree by giving an axe and his 6 hours was his time, he would spend the first 4 hours sharpening his axe. Yes, anybody can come out with any damn idea, alright, and here's a solution for you. And when I got impressed with that particular guy, okay, who just worked on, the questions today, it reminded me of my own entrepreneurship. Every month, without an investment, I earn extra 35,000 to 40,000 rupees only by Connect. I went into the market, as Kirtana rightly pointed out. I learned. I deal with apparels. I export apparels. It's only with Connect. I connected the vendor and I connected the buyer. Simple as that. I had placed 42 samples in a hotel room in Koramangala. I invited both of them and they selected only 2 models. I told them, go back. This is a Sri Lankan market. Go back to Sri Lanka. First, show them these pieces. How many of them are willing to buy? The shirts, Indian shirts in Sri Lanka is like Van Heusen in India. I started learning. Where is apparel? And where am I? I'm an academician, as he said. Okay. Then I started way back 10 years ago. I sit at home. Evening after I go back home, I spend another 1 hour connecting people only with my, thanks to the mobile phone. I'm doing business there. I have big idea. Maybe in a very short span of time, I may have to say bye to you and take up my business. You asked for mentors, right? Where can you identify mentors? Now this is the platform where you have mentors. These guys are going to be empaneled with us. That's the reason why we have invited them today, to entertain them that they will become our mentors. So it goes without saying that they will be in the panel of mentors. And there was a roadmap which was given to you, a scheduling which was being given to you. She had read it out. All right, please follow that. take it up seriously, if you really have a business plan or an idea, come up with it. Now we will tell you how to prepare a project. We will get you. If you're interested in an internship, somebody asked me, where do I get an internship? Come up here. You knock the door, man. Unless and until you don't knock the door, how do you get in? You have to show the interest. You're buying it from us. You have spent money to study here. It's just not academics. Now, that's what the season going to be. It's just not academic studying and getting away. I'm only a second class student, to be very outspoken to you, but I stand here successful. That compassion, that passion, you need to have that. Please have this drive. And you wanted the internship? Yes, make a list of all those who are really interested in internship. I promise you that I will get you internship. I'll send 5 students to Ketra instead of 5 students to Mr. Raj. Punit Raj. Alright, so here's an opportunity. You have come lively here. That's the reason why I've invited them today. Alright, and Udaan being, yes, you don't have to really fly. You don't think of rocketing. First fly, float. Then you know how to rocket. So that's why the wingy design out there. So it has been this has been jointly created by our unit and various other units of New Horizon. Okay. So no, we had around. Of course, there are a lot of work which has gone into by the students also, and it's got a lot of symbolic meaning to it. Okay, so here's an opportunity for you to fly. You wanted training in business, you wanted training in entrepreneurship, you want training in finance. Okay, these are the things which gets translated in the form of value-add programs to you. You guys don't understand this. You don't want to attend those classes. You're talking about artificial intelligence and machine learning. It's already been there integrated. You want to talk about marketing. I have a digital marketing diploma program which is going to be offered by Google, which is going to be certified by Google. These guys, they don't want it to. Google Garage. We have already researched on it and we have kept it ready for you. It's all that you just got to come and have it on the plate. We have served it onto you on the table. You guys don't realize this. At least those who have just casually who have been pushed in to make this, I don't know, Arun would have done this job. Okay? So some of them just been pushed in to impress you that there's so many people sitting out here and, try to take this moment seriously, I say. I tell you. This is not a joke. It's a serious thing. That's why all of us are involved in it. You ask for it, it is available here. Only thing is you don't come up. That was a brilliant transformation, Kirtana, what I see you today, as I saw you when you used to hold your file and come inside my chamber and take permission. I've seen the meticulous, commitment that you had. You had the flair, you had the aroma of becoming somebody today. So I guessed it long back. So you proved it. It's a very prideful moment. Yes, there's a lot of resource, there's a lot of deposits with Mr. Punit, which I'm going to, dig out. I'm going to explore in the coming days. Yeah, please create an army of entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, like interested ones who are out here. And it is just not only boys. Okay, there's a living example again. So girls can also become the most powerful, entrepreneurs of today. Okay, with these, I felt I should really discuss a lot, but I know with what force you guys are being seated out here. But I'm sure that this particular session is going to be an eye-opener. Please tell your other friends also. And that's a brilliant work. Srija Nayak was the coordinator for this entire program. Ably supported by her team. Congratulations, and other teachers also. Please take up this seriously and register yourself and the exercise is going to roll out from today. That's how it's going to be, and you will find them coming up here very regularly, on and off lines both.
I'll promise on the funding. I'll take it.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yes. So the answers are here. Just with the two of these wonderful people here, I think it's almost your wings are ready. The wings are almost ready now. All that you should learn how to fly now, right? So with that, on behalf of the management and my head of the departments and the cell members, very profusely I thank both of you for your wonderful time. In fact, he was supposed to, Mr. Puneet Raj, supposed to be giving an interview on budget today. All right, he's supposed to be attending a TV channel, but I really appreciate your choice of coming out here and spending this wonderful, valuable time. It was really created as your company, how you valued yourself. It has really added up value to all of us today. Okay, so once again, anyway, thanks guys for listening to me, and all the very best. And let's look up. Okay, let's strengthen our wings, and no more turning back. And let me see how many entrepreneurs are going to be turned out or churned out for this this session. Okay, all the very best. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Now, I would request the chief guest, alumnus entrepreneur, and the principal to come up on the stage and launch today's event by opening the link sent through WhatsApp.
Arun, please help me. Technology sometimes. Okay, I take pleasure in declaring Udaan belonging to New Horizon College. Give wings to your ideas. The same thing is predicted also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. On behalf of the management of New Horizon College, I would like to heartfully thank Chief Guest Mr. Puneet Raj and alumnus entrepreneur Ms. Keetana Ganpati. Now I call upon Ms. Prasanna Prakash, HOD of BCom, to give the memento as token of appreciation to Chief Guest.
Zoom in, zoom out, go. Enough, I can better. Go.
Now I call upon Dr. Nagraj Khilari sir to give the memento as token of appreciation to alumni entrepreneurs. I would like to specially thank Ms. Kirti Mangnani and Sargam Mangnani for being the support pillars of this extraordinary event. Thank you for taking your time from your busy schedules to be with us here. Thank you for sharing your most prized and valuable thoughts along with personal experiences. It is a pleasure to be imbibed in such knowledge from industrial experts like you and hope to lay our first stepping stone with your guidance, inspiration and supervision at all times. I would also like to extend my thanks to our principal, HODs of all departments, teaching and non-teaching staff. Thank you everyone for your patience and cooperation.
I request you all to kindly raise for the national anthem.